There we go. Now we're recording. Okay, guys, for the fourth time, Screencastify was giving me issues, so we're going Zoom. Real quick. Okay, that was my growth pearl. That scared me for a minute. I was like, oh no, another issue. So real quick, we didn't have time, or I forgot to do the quiz, so y'all don't have that today. Okay. It'll be Friday, and so today we're going to take a look at your the budget sheets that y'all did yesterday. It is coming in a little bit faster. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's take a look at, we're gonna start off with Amari, taking a look at his stuff just because alphabetical, first one in. So let's take a look at his budget here. Looking at his answers, it seems that we began, like he's doing this budget for based off of college, right? And I know in person class, we took a look at it while I was trying to get this set up, and we had some questions, didn't we? Some things seem to be a little, yeah. So let's take a look. I think you're like the fifth one, Amari. Leo, Daniel, Anthony, Amari. Okay. So taking a look at the questionnaire, we have it for college. Okay. He's got a car, and then sources of income. So Amari, you may have to add a little, or maybe make some adjustments to explain this, but it seems like you have $2,300 from security, which based off your budget sheet, as it's loading. Well, it's not, I don't see a security there. Well, he has occupation security, but salary. Okay, so let me do this. Open it up into its own. So, okay. So salary here is $2,100. Guys, do y'all see where he gets the salary from? Where? What are the two things that he's adding together? Well, not his dad and security. That would be his dad and roommate. So $2,000 a month from his dad, $1,100 a month from roommate. So Amari, I'm assuming that you're going to have an apartment and you're going to sublet it to a roommate who's going to pay you $1,100 a month. Okay. That may be reasonable, that may be over, depending on the market that you are in. Okay, but let's just go with that for now. So if that's your monthly, you wouldn't necessarily put that on salary, right? So one thing that he's not accounting for here, it seems like he's going to get a part-time job doing salary, or sorry, doing security. Would y'all agree on that? And so, not sure what, let's see, 2,100. divided by 4 for 4 weeks. So $525 per week, divided by 20, that's $26 an hour. If you divide it by 40, that's $13 an hour. That may be more in line with what a security job pays, around 13 or so. But if you're in school, if you're in college, are you going to be working 40 hours a week? No, you're not. So, Amari, I'd like to see some adjustments here. But your salary, this is going to be your annual salary. So don't really worry about that. You would, if you're dealing with the $2,100 a month from your, like that's your monthly income, then this figure should be right here where it says 175, right? So you would type in 2,100 here, just in the cell of B8. Okay, let's take a look at the rest. Okay, rent 800, utilities 165. That seems fine. Cell phone plan, okay. So these should be all expenses that Amari is going to be covering, right? It's for his budget. It's not for his parents. So any expenses that his parents are covering should not be in here. Okay. Groceries, $600 a month. That's almost in the line of heaven.
I told you.
Okay. That seems pretty high, but as long as you can back it up, okay. Clothing budget, $120 per month in clothing. Okay. Laundry, $20. Heaven, what did we say for your laundry budget? 30? Okay. So, Amari, if you have an apartment that has a washer dryer in your apartment, your laundry budget, you really don't need your laundry budget unless you're including in your laundry budget the cost of soap, laundry detergent, and dryer sheets. All right. We're guys, we don't need any fabric softener, right? Okay. Incidentals, these are things that you're just, may happen. Okay. Health insurance. So medical, dental budget and health insurance per month. Guys, how long can y'all stay on your parents' health insurance plans? Until what age? 26. You can stay on your parents' health insurance plans until 26 years old. So, Amar, you go off to college, you may be fine staying on your parents' health insurance plan, right? So you may not have these expenses here. Okay. And our payment, okay, so monthly expenses. Right now you have it set for $2,900 per month. Okay. That's a good chunk of monthly expenses. Wait a second. I just realized I had made a mistake earlier. So I said, what two things did he add up here? I was wrong when I said that. Yeah, you should have called me. Yeah, that's 3,100. So, yes, Amari, we really don't know exactly where you're getting the $2,100 salary or per month.
Maybe it's like $1,000 goes in rent. And he keeps $100 in profit, so that's
it could be, but if that's the case, it just needs to be spelled out, right? We want to be clear about where we're getting our budget, okay? But based on these numbers, let's assume we go in and we just take this into 2,100. Okay. Go ahead and delete that. If we did that, if we brought it down to $2,100 a month, do y'all see a problem with this budget so far? Okay, that's not necessarily a problem because if you have the income for it.
Wait, what was the total monthly expenses?
Total monthly expenses, $2,940. It's more than his income, right? So what does that mean? What four-letter word does that mean?
Yeah.
Debt. Okay. So Amari, you're going to need to do some tweaking here to figure out, hey, I need to adjust something in my budget. Either, and there are two ways that you can fix a problemed budget like this. What are the two ways? You cut your expenses, or you increase your income, right? Those are the two ways. Just like if the US is dealing with its budget deficit and debt of $27 trillion, the two ways that we fix that are cutting spending and increasing taxes. Okay. For personal finance, it's the same thing. Cut your expenses or increase your income. A lot of people find it easier to cut expenses than to increase your income. You know, going to the boss and saying, hey, I need a raise so I can afford these things. They're not going to say you. Okay. But we have a bigger problem too, because our problem here of $2,900 versus $2,100 does not end there, because now we have monthly savings. So Mari wants to save some stuff for his car. Plans on getting a new car. Let's see, when does he plan on getting a new car? Okay, he's upgrading his cell phone in about 11 months. I don't see a cell phone savings. So if you plan on updating your cell phone every couple years or every year or 2 years, then you should take the purchase price of that cell phone, divide it by the number of months. So if you're thinking college and every 2 years you upgrade, then take the purchase price of that cell phone. Let's say it's a $700 cell phone or $800 cell phone. Every 2 years, you're going to divide that $800 by 24. And that's going to be your month, the amount of money that you should be putting away each month into your savings to fund your cell phone purchase. Okay. Let's see. Okay, cell phone. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So 2 years from now, he plans on getting a new car and purchasing half of it. Okay. So let's do a quick little thing. 2 years, that's how many months? 24. So we don't really, if you're driving your car to the end of its life, you really don't care about depreciation. It is going to depreciate, it is going to lose value, right? Cars are not one of those assets that you buy to sell and make money. You would buy it, and if you choose to sell it, it's something that you choose to sell it to get some of your money back, so that the whole purchase price of the car is not as big as it was. Okay. So does anyone have their calculator out? Leo does. Okay. Leo, Amari's saving $120 per month for a car. This is, and he plans on getting a car or paying for half of the car in 2 years. So 120 times 24, what'd you get?
2,880.
Yeah, 2,880. Let's just round up and say $3,000, right? I like dealing with round, like 000 numbers. So $3,000. So Amari, if you're planning on paying for half of it and your dad or grandpa are paying for the other half, then you're looking at about a $6,000 car. That may be what you're looking for, but if you plan on getting a different type of car in the future that's not $6,000, you may want to adjust this car savings. Okay. Okay, and then your savings per month. That's good. I like seeing a high savings number here for part of your expenses, but you have bigger issues with your expenses being a lot higher than what your income says it can handle. And so right now you are in the red for $1,600 per month. Okay, so some things in your budget you're going to need to tweak. All right, enough picking on Ari. Let's move on to the next victim. See who's next. All right, Craig. Okay, now I did see Craig's last night. He sent me a message asking if he did it right. There are going to be some problems, same problems that we faced in class yesterday. Putting words in the cells rather than just the actual numbers. Okay, but those are easy fixes. And guys, as y'all are watching this, go back and make adjustments. Okay, Braxton. Okay, so let's see what you're planning on doing. Okay, this is a budget for college. Okay, he already has a car, so he's not doing that. Source of income. Okay. Okay, $10 a week. Okay, so you're not going to have. It doesn't seem like you'll have that much income. Okay, so I'm going to make some adjustments here. Disposable income. Okay, B3. We'll go with. Okay, we have 30 times 12.
30 times 12?
Yes.
360.
360. Okay, so the 30 bucks a month times 12, 360 per year. Taxes, we're not going to worry about that, so we'll just keep that as 0. And then we fix these cells right here. Okay. So Braxton, if you're staying in a dorm and you're not paying for that directly, or school's paying for that, you just put rent as 0. And I'm just going to make these changes in column C, and so you make the changes later on. Okay, utilities 0. Xfinity or internet service. Okay, so you don't need to put Xfinity there, just put the $19.99 there. Okay. 0 on here. So cell phone leasing option. If you're planning on doing a cell phone leasing option, put the amount per month that it's going to cost for you to do that. Okay. So this will be 0 too. Okay, this will be 0. Not everything here you have to answer, right? There's going to be some categories that don't apply to you. Okay. So 0. All right. $20 every 500 miles. Let's see, Talia, you drive. Well, okay. 500 miles. So a typical fuel tank gets you around 300 miles on a typical tank of gas before you have to fill up, about 300-mile range. Even the fuel efficient cars have about a 12-gallon tank, right? So 12 gallons times $1.70. That is $20 on that. But that's only getting you 300 miles on average. So for the 500-mile range, I would look at adjusting this. But Braxton, this should be your monthly. So it depends on how often you drive. You plan on driving per month. Okay. Renter's insurance, put a dollar figure here. Okay. Here okay, guys, groceries. What should he put on groceries? And why?
When does he mean by a visit?
Every time he visits the grocery store. So let's say he visits it twice a month. So if he visits it twice a month, how much should he put for grocery budget?
Probably double.
Well, double, right? Because this is a monthly. But what dollar? Give me a dollar figure. 160, maybe. Okay. Is there a more conservative budget answer that we could give? If he's visiting twice a month and he gives you a range there, should we estimate based on the low end of the range or based on the high end of the range? High end. $200 a month. That's what I would do. Just in terms of let's overestimate our expenses, let's underestimate our income. Okay. Clothing. So Braxton, just make a kind of an educated guess about how much you spend on here and put a dollar figure. Laundry service. So Heaven, we talked with you yesterday about the laundromat, right? You do laundry once a week, right? That seems like that's average. And so we gave you a budget of 30, right? So, and that's going to a laundromat that's using the machines there. So Braxton, I would estimate another $30 here for you. Incidentals, put a dollar figure next to it. Okay, parent insurance, zero for that. Family gifts, budget out how much you plan on spending for gifts. Okay, otherwise you end up overspending for gifts. One of my favorite shows is The Big Bang Theory. Have y'all seen that? Okay. Jim Parsons, he's a Houston Rockets fan and spring native, right? Houston native. He plays Sheldon Cooper. And in one episode, Penny, the next door neighbor, gives him a gift because she thinks that she's being nice. And Heaven, do you remember how he responded? Oh, okay. He responded essentially talking about how a gift is an obligation, right? And that's what she's given him, kind of, right? But gifts, you need to budget out. Otherwise, that can blow your budget. So figure out how much you're going to spend on gifts and put that there. Entertainment, give me a dollar figure. Okay. Loan payments, no, zero. Credit card fees, okay. Even debit card, right? This should be zero. Can you have fees with a debit card? Yes. What fee can you have with a debit card? Overdraft. An overdraft fee when you spend too much money on it, right? It still should be zero, right? So, Braxton, if you go in and adjust these things, you'll get a total monthly expense. But guys, just based on what I have given, what the figures I've put in here, do y'all see any potential problem? If we were to add up these figures.
What's this?
Well, let's see. Let me do something with the cells. There. Yeah, right now his income is only $30 a month in college, but his expenses are $250, right? So something needs to change on that. Okay. And then down here, put the dollar figures as well. Of how much. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see who's next. Maybe someone in this class that's physically Leo. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about, or yesterday in class, Leo was talking about $5 t-shirts once a month. we had to have a heart-to-heart about clothes and the importance of them for jobs. There we go, Leo. Okay, so it's college, plans on not having a car. Okay, source of income. All right. So, how'd you come up with that figure? 4680.
Well, my parents would just give me allowance kind of for being alive. And then
How much is that allowance for being alive?
it's like what was it, $20 kind of a week. So 20 times 80.
Okay, $80 from parents.
And then librarian was, I just did it at the minimum was $7.25. So that times 10 hours a week times.
Okay, plus the 80. All right, so that brings you a monthly budget. I got a monthly budget for you of 370. 290 is just the wages from the library.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and change that for you.
Well, I guess I'll be saving that because I'm already saving half.
Okay. Actually, what I'll do here is equal this equals this divided by 12. There we go, 390. Okay.
And then, yeah,
So rent, 0. Why?
living in town.
Huh?
I'm living with my parents.
Living at home, nothing wrong with that. Utilities, 0, living at home. Internet service, parents. Okay. So here, what should we put?
Just 33.34.
Yeah, 33.34. Just keep column B only numbers.
I was trying to remember where, because there's a special deal on that.
Well, you could add that out here to the side. Okay. Okay, groceries, $30 a month. Clothing, $43 per month. That used to be $5 before we talked. No, $43 a month is fine for clothing. Because are you going to go shopping for clothes every month? No. So if he doesn't go shopping for clothes every month, that 43, the next month over turns into 86, and it just carries over. Okay. Let's just take a look down. Okay, so savings, and it seems like well, you adjusted the sales, so I can't see just yet. Let's see. This is equal to,
Yeah.
B8 minus minus B44. So you have a monthly surplus of 100. Now, we ran out of time before we could look through all of the other expenses or savings. Car maintenance. What about your cell phone? But what about the physical phone? When do you plan on getting a new phone? Okay, 6 years, but that's still something that you should plan for, right? So if it's right after college, right, and this is a college budget, so let's do 4 years. Okay, so that's 48 months. What type of cell phone are you planning on getting?
I usually just, well, my first one was in Motorola.
Uh-huh.
Grandparents actually, so I'll just stick with that. So
Okay, so 500 divided by 48, right? Still $11 a month.
okay.
So cell phone, $11. And you're just going to stick with the leasing option for the computer? Okay. So we have a monthly surplus or a monthly surplus of $97. Not too bad, but you can see that Leo's budget is like bare bones. Bare bones. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So, sorry, I'm going to try to do this real quick. Look at your own budget. I'll be going in and applying comments to it. But if you already see something that needs to be fixed, go ahead and start fixing that. All right.